Ryback. Ryback is the shittiest wrestler on the roster. And I've been watching wrestling for a long time, and I've seen some shitty wrestlers. But this guy, there's nothing appealing about him. He has the personality of a penis, and he quite frankly looks like a penis too. Now, I can go on all day about how Ryback looks like a penis and his shoulder muscles look like the ball sack and just the right, angle on a picture, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to talk about why Ryback is a shitty wrestler and is actually not really deserving of the place that he's in right now. And quite frankly, I feel like, he's got the muscles, so Vince McMahon likes him. But there's so many other characters that need a push, and Ryback just seems to be clustering and cluster fucking up space for better talent to be filling. Now, let's start with the fucking music. What is his gimmick? Feed me more? Is that why his fucking music sounds just like the theme of Jaws? The dun 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 and dun and dun dun. It sounds like the Jaws theme. Now, is it just me, or does this guy look completely like a shark with his new attire? I'm talking about the blue and orange attire, and then when you look at him, everything's all blue and orange, and then you got the shark teeth going on in the bottom Titantron in the background, right near the entranceway, and then, he's got the Feed Me More, it sounds like Jaws going on. This guy looks like Shark Man. If you guys know what I'm talking about, there's Shark Boy from TNA, and this they were too good to call him Shark Man, so they called him Ryback, which makes no fucking sense. But he looks like a fucking shark. Well, now this is just for fantasy's sake, but let's say Shark Boy comes over to WWE and there's some major crossover and it just somehow happens, which it's not. Well, let's just say it'd be like, Dad? It'd be like, Son? Like, no, Dad. You need to come back to the sea. You're the Shark Man. Here's your trident. Let's go. I feel he looked a shitload better as a heel with the black attire and with the orange bands and the whole coming out. They used to call him like a Neanderthal and a caveman, which isn't really putting him over. Okay, and I think it was JBL that said that a lot. And they gave him the gimmick, the corn-fed meathead, and just all this kind of shit. Ryback's never had that good of a name pool. I mean, he used to be known as Ryback Lesnar, and he used to have a cowboy gimmick a long time ago. But the thing is, he looked better in all black as a heel coming out and beating people's ass. And that brings me to this. Why does Brock Lesnar look so powerful? It's because he comes out there and does these big bombshell moves. So why in the fuck does anybody think that Ryback's going to look tough by putting somebody on his shoulders and falling backwards? And I'm talking about his stupid fucking move, his weak-ass looking move, the shell shock. Okay, it looks like a shitty modification of like the FU, the attitude adjustment, which I hate that name, and the angle slam. And his move pool isn't exactly big. He's got like a move pool of clotheslines and clotheslines and other various things. There's not much going on in his move pool. He's not fun to watch. Not only that, but he's slow. I just feel like there are better wrestlers with wider move pools that are much more talented than this guy, but this guy keeps getting some kind of a push. Like, why is he involved with the Dudleys on Raw? Why was he even involved in that? Why did it matter? I understand the storyline build up to it and everything, but why was he involved with the Dudleys? Why, the Wyatts beat his ass. The Wyatts beat fucking the Dudleys' ass. I mean, it's like, why are they teaming him with the Dudleys? Like, the Dudleys? It makes me feel like they didn't want to pay Tommy Dreamer and Rhino to actually come up to Raw to do this anymore. It's like they just threw Ryback on there. They gave him a little feud with the Wyatts that he doesn't even need. And it's like, I don't even understand why the fuck they felt like that this was okay or people wouldn't notice. Ryback fucking sucks, and I notice it when you put him with somebody awesome like the Wyatts, or even somebody that used to be awesome like the Dudleys. Like, is he supposed to be this good guy? He's not a good guy. He's not interesting as a good guy. That's the problem. There's a lack of good guys in WWE right now, and that's the problem. But Ryback is not a good guy. He's a terrible good guy. There's gotta be somebody else there, or for fuck's sake, put some NXT guys up there. Something. Do something. This looks like shit. Nobody wants to see Ryback wrestle and be a good guy and cater to all the little kids with this big blue Barney the fucking dinosaur blue shark looking fucking shit that I don't even know what the fuck to say anymore. It's a big fucking joke. He looks like a big mascot. He looks like he's roided out as fuck. He doesn't look good. He's not scary. He comes out and he does this thing and he's like, bah! Okay, and it's as embarrassing as the Ascension doing it. And then he'll do the wake up. It's feeding you. It's just, I facepalm every time because he is the least intimidating big guy I've ever seen. And it's hysterical. He's weak as fuck. He loses to people like the big fat ass Joe, aka Penis Number 2. And he has a hard time, like, picking people up and throwing people down, and his moveset is just so, makes him look so weak, and I don't know what it is, if he's weak, or if it's the roids that just make him look tough, or if it's his move pool, but this guy is one of the shittiest wrestlers I've ever fucking seen. And I can't wait till 15, 20 years from now when he finally loses all that muscle mass and he comes on, I don't know, maybe to get inducted to the Hall of Fame or comes back and he's just fat, and that feed me more thing, that turns right back into his face. Imagine him being as fat as Bubba Ray Dudley was. That's just not gonna, that's just that feed me more thing. Imagine Kevin Owens eating, how that is just is a little spark. This is gonna blow up in his face. So he better keep using them roids as long as he can, because no human being looks like that naturally. Even Dolph Ziggler, please. I would rather see Dolph Ziggler for 1.5 hours of Raw than see Ryback for 5 minutes. And this guy, there's only a few wrestlers that I hate quite as much as Ryback, okay? And I'm not going to say who it is, but he just so happens to be the WWE champion right now, and I fucking hate him even fucking more. But the thing is, Ryback is in a bad position. He's uninteresting. There's a shift in the way things are going in WWE thanks to NXT and new, better characters, better development, the voices of the internet fans. So people like Ryback either need to go take a long break and find that inner Ryback in themselves, come back and give me what I want to see and give people what they want to see, or sadly, he's just going to fade into obscurity, much like Lex Luger, or somebody who wasn't interesting. Lex Luger had an awesome little van that he drove around in, so at least you got to see that. And at least he wore them kick-ass fucking American flag sweatpants. And nobody wants a roundhouse kick to the face with those bad boys. But unfortunately, Ryback and his shark gimmick just isn't working for me. So I'm going to take this time to apologize to any Ryback fans for hurting your feelings. Unfortunately, I want the best for Ryback. I want the best for professional wrestling. If I come off as angry or bitter or even like I'm trolling a little bit, I apologize to you for getting that misconception. I'm just angry, and I see a spark in wrestling. Wrestling's starting to get good a little bit, and I don't want people like Ryback's shitty character fucking it up. If Ryback wants to come back, and he wants to be an awesome wrestler, and change his move pull-up like John Cena did a little bit, and do some different shit, and maybe get a new finisher, and I don't know, actually be fucking intimidating, then yeah, I'm all for it. But until then, fuck Ryback, and fuck the WWE for making this decision to keep pushing him when there's better talent available.